Monday evening. I'm Amy Catcher.
And I'm John Mercer. Thanks for joining us tonight. A northbound tractor-trailer rig plowed into two other vehicles early today, killing two people. The crash happened in a construction zone near the Charleston exit. WDEF News host Bill Mitchell says it could have been much worse. It is our top local story.
Those who managed to get close to the accident say it looked like a war zone. The semi crashed into the back of another truck, which then went through the windshield of the 18-wheeler, killing the driver. He's identified as 53-year-old Charles Thomas Morgan of Rutledge, Tennessee. The wreckage then cut down a construction worker, identified as 29-year-old Nicholas Feller from Ohio.
This crash could have been avoided by using caution when entering all construction zones. By law, everyone is required to slow down or move over when they see construction workers and emergency vehicles.
Another state trooper who was sitting at the construction site narrowly escaped injury. His patrol car was hit from behind as he sat in the driver's seat, buckled up.
From being ejected from the vehicle when it was hit. Seat belts saved lives.
You might not think a rear-end crash could necessarily be fatal, but this one actually caused the seat belt of Trooper Travis Ryan to stretch.
A couple things could have happened. One, he would have probably been ejected from the vehicle. If he wasn't ejected, he would have been slung around inside the vehicle and been hit by all of the equipment that we carry.
The THP requires that officers stay buckled up, even if they're just sitting there. The crash tied up northbound traffic for more than 7 hours.
If Travis hadn't had it on, there's no doubt in my mind it would have killed him.
Trooper Curtis was the investigator on that accident. In Chattanooga, Bill Mitchell, WDEF News 12.
Now, a pickup was also damaged in the crash, but the driver was not hurt. The construction crew from Ohio was working overnight to minimize traffic disruption. The accident is still under investigation. And then in Murray County, near the intersection of Highway 76 and Highway 52 alternate, or 4th Street, another fatal wreck this morning. The Georgia State Patrol told us it involved a SUV and a dump truck. We're told Life Flight was originally dispatched and then canceled when the fatality was confirmed. The wreck impacted westbound traffic till after 10 o'clock.
Chattanooga police say the shooting victim from last Wednesday night has died. 22-year-old Barry Bowman succumbed to his injuries today. That shooting happened at 6317 Walden Avenue. Police continue to investigate what happened. There were also more shootings in the Chattanooga area this weekend. Police investigate a homicide that happened in the 3800 block of Shallowford Road. They believe someone shot 20-year-old Quincy Bell, who was a known gang member. Investigators say Bell tried to drive away, but crashed into a light pole. He died at the scene. Police continue to look for the motive and suspect. There was also a shooting Friday on Old Mission Road near the Brainerd Golf Course. Police arrested a 15-year-old for that shooting. He faces several charges, including attempted first-degree murder. He's accused of shooting 20-year-old Antonio Jackson. Authorities say the two were arguing over something when gunfire erupted. Jackson suffered a non-life-threatening injury. And due to the two shootings in 2 hours, Chattanooga police did a citywide saturation this weekend. It's an effort to deter further violence. Here are the results. 10 felony arrests, 24 misdemeanor arrests, 11 gang arrests, 43 gang contacts, 6 warrants served, and 2 guns were seized. Crime suppression and fugitive units, as well as the FBI, helped with that saturation. This week's Manhunt Monday fugitive is wanted for failure to appear on a DUI. 48-year-old Samuel Hood also has warrants for other traffic-related charges. Hood has been arrested at least 4 times because of public intoxication. If you know where Hood is, please contact the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. And Judge Gary Starnes' son was arrested on Saturday by the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. 19-year-old Brian Starnes now faces charges of possession of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. General Sessions Court Judge Gary Starnes recently replaced Judge Bob Moon.
Well, Amazon starts accepting applications for more than 250 full-time jobs at the Chattanooga facility. Job seekers need to apply for the warehouse associate positions at the Tennessee Career Centers. Those are in Chattanooga and Athens. We stopped by the center in Chattanooga at Eastgate Town Center this morning. By 11 a.m., 50 people had already applied. The jobs pay $11 an hour and come with a benefits package. The main duty is to pack and ship customer orders. You're encouraged to bring a resume and a copy of your high school diploma.
But they need to look at the requirements too. They have to be 18 years of age. They do have to have the GED or high school education. They have to be willing to work different shifts, and they have to be willing to work 10 to 12-hour shifts.
Applications will be accepted until Friday, then interviews will begin right away. Well, community members in Harrison are upset over the Birchwood landfill, but it's not too much to smell. Residents say the landfill is dumping a tar-like substance into their creek, and state officials were called in today. WDEF News knows Alicia Searle has the results of the testing from Birchwood.
It shocked me. I didn't know what it was. And I went there and looked at it. I thought it was oil.
At first glance, the substance does look like oil or tar caked onto the side of Eddie Pruitt's creek, or from a distance, it could be mistaken as charred grass.
It's just a terrible mess, and I'm tired of it.
For the last 50-some-odd years, Pruitt has lived on Birchwood Pike near the landfill, but he says just this weekend, this rolled down his creek.
I knowed then it had to be coming from the landfill. It's got an odor to it, and I just want it to stop.
So Pruitt called County Commissioner Chester Bankston to take a look at what he calls a health hazard.
It don't look good, and it don't look safe.
City employees who tell us they work for the landfill came out Monday morning. They took pictures and took with them these 2 rocks covered with the black substance. However, they would not talk on camera. So we called the mayor's office, and they told us the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation is testing the substance, but according to them, it's not coming from the city. And they are most likely right, according to the state. TDEC believes this is a type of algae and probably not caused by the landfill.
Should not be there like it is now.
But until more questions are answered, Pruitt says he'll still do his best to keep children and animals away from this creek. In Hamilton County, Alicia Searle, WDEF News 12.
Now, TDEC does not believe further testing will be needed.
Have you ever thought about what prescription drugs you could be taking without even knowing it? In an effort to keep medications out of water sources and protect the environment, the Drug Enforcement Agency has teamed with law enforcement for another drug take-back. Anyone can bring medications to the drug take-back and no questions are asked. You don't even have to remove the labels to dispose of your medicines. Today, Bradley County got a head start by kicking off their week-long drug take-back.
A lot of folks I know will throw them in the trash, which goes to the landfill and can damage the groundwater.
Officials say the drug take-back is a good way to dispose of any old or unused medications safely. Bradley County will be collecting the prescription drugs all this week from 8 till 4. Saturday is nationwide drug take-back day.
Now, your Storm Team 12 24-hour forecast.
Feels great out there right now as we won't see a whole lot of change weather-wise. Temperatures, though, after a chilly start, will start to warm up for Tuesday. Here's a look at some of the numbers. Close to 70. Should be a gorgeous sunset again. A little patchy fog, but a cool start. 48 to 51 with mostly sunny skies, continue dry, and highs back into the 80s for Tuesday.
Ottawa elementary students learned about the Constitution.
They learned how our government came together, and if you don't like something, you can change it. We'll check out more on What's Right with Our Schools next.